I am cold.
Oh, by the way, probably later this week, I'm going to register your domain
Oh,
and,
okay.
and forward, and then finish the rest of the build on your site. And I have to sit down with you and like 5 other people to teach them how to use the shit.
Jeez. Yeah.
It's a learning curve.
It will be.
Shut up.
But I will be honest.
Shut the fuck up.
You're gonna be mean. I'm like, oh goodness.
Sorry,
Oh, look
Lisa,
at
we're
some
bickering among
certainty
amongst
and so
ourselves.
forth.
Yes, we're arguing 555 talk amongst yourselves. I'm so for Clem.
Amongst myself.
Just we'll have some coffee and we'll talk.
Ooh, I could get some tea. That would warm me up a little.
So
I just
gotta bring up I gotta bring my shit up. So
okay, I've got wonderful layers of flannel. It's not enough. I need more flannel.
wow.
You weren't expecting me to say that?
That's the gift that keeps on giving right there.
Actually, what's really sad is all of my clothes are too big for me by like inches. So
How many inches?
at least 6 or 8.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's enough to feel good.
Wow.
Depends on your interest, I guess.
We're going right on top of Rick and Lisa's live, so I'm not expecting, a lot of.
I've been getting about 40 people in my lives in a good night.
Yeah, like I'm 20s or 30s. Actually, here's the thing: we're getting more views on YouTube than we are on Substack.
I can believe it. I just had my first founding subscriber cancel.
Well, we got to move you then.
She doesn't like all the video. She's not a video person, and since I have a daily video, she says she can barely see anything else on her Substack because it's just filled with me.
Yeah, we need. Yeah.
She does not like that.
Yep, we need.
And I asked her about a refund because it felt only honest thing to do, and she said, "Oh no, I still support you. I just can't stand having all of your stuff cluttering my feed up so bad." So no refund. Just
aren't there ways to adjust what shows up?
I'm not sure. She said that she hasn't been able to find them. She thinks it's a Substack thing. So
it is a Substack thing.
Because I told her, I was going to see about maybe finding a way to fix it for her if I could. But
yeah, it is a Substack thing. Unfortunately, there's no easy solution to the problem.
Yeah, because she pretty much said, she the only thing she tried everything, and the only thing she could think that was left was to unsubscribe.
Yeah.
So
that sucks.
Well, I finally took care of. So here's the thing: if you guys join the publication and you don't want the emails, I have a segment that's no emails, and you can just read the website.
Okay.
So if you want
I
me
actually like the way they show up now because I can read them straight in the email, and I couldn't.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Yeah,
Much nicer.
Beehive is way fucking cooler. Way fucking cool. Yeah, it's way fucking cooler than Substack. I'm all right. Well, here, let's go right into it. So I watched the 60 Minutes interview.
You were brave.
And Donald Trump is are you telling me to do that, Sarah? Okay.
I said nothing.
Are you telling me to do that? Because here, I'll do that. Give me just a second. It takes a minute.
Your laptop cable's being evil at me.
There. Okay, so yeah, I watched the 60 Minutes interview. So here's the deal. He's not well. He's not well.
Right.
Like he's profoundly not well. So the first part that happened was that she asked him about the healthcare plan. What's his healthcare plan? And he, instead of saying, well, this is what we're going to do about healthcare, he said, he started with healthcare, then he went to Obama, then he jumped to how Biden rigged the election. He segued into museum budgets. And then he wandered into neighborhood opposition, which
and this has been edited.
Yes.
That's
and
really
then
sad.
he circled back to healthcare, but he never answered the question. So
I didn't think about the fact that it had been edited. Like that's the
Yeah.
best they could do with what they
That's
had.
the best they could
Yeah.
do with what they had.
Shit.
yeah,
And
like,
you
it
know they're
was
trying to make him
so-
look good. Think about that.
It was so bad that hey, Robes, you can come in if you want. Here, somebody give Robes the.
Or
Here, I'll post it in
Okay.
the chat.
If
Yeah,
I
Robes,
open
you
my
can join
laptop,
if you
it turns
want.
off the sound on my phone. Stupid phone.
So, right. So, so then she asked him the question about the Venezuelan aircraft carrier.
Mm-hmm.
Why is the aircraft carrier going to Venezuela? By the way, you know that we are now at war with Nigeria, right?
Mm-hmm.
I heard something about that.
Yeah, we're at war with Nigeria because the Nigerian government is killing Christians, and Trump has
I thought
said that if the Nigerian government does not stop killing Christians, that basically we're going to have a military action where we send the U.S. military to Nigeria to stop the Nigerian government from killing Christians.
And isn't it actually Boko Haram that's doing it?
So
That's what I
that's
was
the thing.
reading.
Like, no, they're not really doing it.
So is
Or
anyone
not a-
killing Christians? Or
I mean, there's conflict in that country, but the Christian death toll is not like this drastic number of people. It's fucking stupid. It's just fucking stupid to say that. So on the Venezuelan aircraft carrier thing, so they asked him that, and he's like, well, it's an immigration problem. But then he starts talking about tattoos.
oh, okay, yeah,
And from-
right.
From tattoos, then he goes to it being about drugs.
Yeah.
And then from drugs, it's about Biden rigging the election. And then he goes back to immigration, but he never answers the question.
Do you think that whoever I think he's actually puppeted. I think that they're just he's another person's useful idiot at this point, and they put him out there, and they like the fact that he doesn't answer questions because he's so confused, because it just doesn't say anything that's really going on. Then I noticed that he didn't say he was going to ask permission for this. He said he would inform Congress what he was doing and then do it.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly right. So then she asked him the question about, what if the Supreme Court invalidates your tariffs? And instead of answering the question, he launched into this tirade about why tariffs are good, rambled on tariff benefits, and then repeated talking points about national security, which have nothing to do with tariffs, not answering what he would do if SCOTUS stopped his tariffs.
Right.
Like, a little bitch. He just decided not to do that. So, and numerous times during the interview, he lost his train of thought repeatedly. So I'm going to read these 3 quotes exactly as he said them, and I want you to react. Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
We have tremendous rare earth, and it's going to be, it'll be a strength. but it won't really be a strength if everybody has it.
What?
That was like pretty much non sequitur. It said nothing. It's really said nothing.
I have more coherent conversations with my 6-year-old nephew.
I have more coherent conversations with my my autistic granddaughter, and she can't speak clearly.
So
I thought you were gonna say with the chickens, but
no. I understand half of what the chickens say to me too.
So I posted it in the chat. So let me Trump interpret this for you. Okay. So in the Substack chat, he starts with a thought. It's going to be. He immediately abandons the thought. That's what the double dashes are. He tries again with a filler phrase. You know. He attempts to restart. It's going to be. And then he reformulates midstream. It'll be a strength. Then he immediately contradicts himself in the same breath. But it won't really be a strength.
Yeah, it's one of the things people say while they're trying to gather their thoughts and find them again.
I know. Right? How the fuck did we get here, right? So
I know how we got here. I just can't believe we're here all the same.
Now, the plant mind fuck. You ready for this? These massive plants that are being built are building their own electrical generating plants along the plant itself.
Pardon?
I'm going to read it again very slowly. These massive plants that are being built are building their own electric generating plants along with the plant itself.
Are we talking about like the plants for like building cars and everything that he promised, or are we talking about?
No idea what the fuck he's talking about.
Oh,
saying it slower didn't
hard
help.
to make sense of it.
Saying it slower doesn't make it better.
Nope, I think it made it worse.
Like much worse. So there it is for everybody to see. So like, and here was the thing. Like I was watching it on YouTube at 2 a.m, and I had to hit the double tap button like twice. I heard him say it 9 times. That's what the fuck he said. And it has no context whatsoever.
So whoever edited it got desperate for time. And put stuff that didn't even make sense because it was better than not putting anything in.
Yes, exactly. So
what's on the cutting room floor? That's what we have to ask.
Well,
what didn't they show us?
So I watched the overtime. I watched the overtime deal, which was like an hour and 16 minutes long. So that got some of the content that didn't end up on the floor. All right. So here's the thing. He called Biden the worst president ever 10 times.
Not surprised.
He called the rig election rigged 9 times. He said tariffs solve the healthcare problem. Tariffs solve the foreign policy question. Tariffs solve the Supreme Court issues. I would imagine that if they had asked him what's his favorite color, he would say tariffs. Tariffs are my favorite color. So, and here's the big one. He repeatedly said, we are respected again.
Where?
I want to quote Albert Camus when I say this. Camus wrote, "The literal meaning of life is whatever you're doing that prevents you from killing yourself."
Wow.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
So, his cognitive scaffolding is a disaster.
And we still have him pretending to rule the country.
So here's what happened. So he said he stopped 8 wars.
Yeah, I know.
But he couldn't remember which 8 wars he stopped. So he said, I brought a little list for you if you'd like to see it. But I took 8 wars and stopped during an 8-month period.
Good to know.
So he's carrying around little lists now
Oh God.
that tell him what he needs to talk
Right.
about because he can't remember. Because he can't fucking remember.
When I went home to see my grandmother the last time, she had a notebook and she would write down everything she did that day and look back at the notebook to see what she might have thought might be accidentally trying to do twice. And it sounds a lot like that. Yeah. That and she was convinced a few years later that her husband was off in the West doing something and her parents just forgot her in the hospital. And yeah, it's sad.
Right.
It really is. The thing is that it's frightening because it's the president, but it's a sad thing if you care about the person. I don't care about Trump.
So he's suffering paranoid delusions.
Oh God. Yeah, that's part of it too.
So when he says the greatest 9 months in the history of the presidency, by the way, and I think I said this before yesterday, but basically, right now, Trump's approval rating, the only person he's competing with for the lowest approval rating is Nixon. Nixon's approval rating in October of 73 was 29. The only person slightly above him is Trump. So
It's terrible.
now Trump and Nixon are in a death match over the presidential approval rating, which
He's got 3 more years.
I just can't. Yeah, I just can't. So
He's
here's
breaking
his
records.
grandiose claims. He's the
Breaking
greatest
everything.
president of all time. And he repeatedly said, nobody's been able to do what I've done.
No, he's got that as a point. Nobody's demolished the entire East Wing to build a ballroom bigger than the whole White House itself. That's never happened before. He's got a point. He's doing something no one ever did before.
So John Dewey famously wrote, education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself. But what happens when the capacity to learn from reality, to adjust beliefs based on evidence, to maintain accurate self-assessment completely fails? We get Trump, a man locked in half mirrors where every reflection shows him as the greatest of all time. I was the greatest. I was the greatest of all time. You know, like Muhammad Ali or some shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's where the paranoia sets in. So he's black and white thinking. So his black and white thinking led him to comment that the Democrats, all people who are Democrats, are scum. And he said that more than once, twice, maybe 3 times. He called Chuck Schumer a kamikaze pilot.
Oh, yeah, right.
And
Sure.
then
We'll go there.
He went on this rant about the FBI when they raided his house over the FBI documents. And he was obsessed over the fact that the FBI agents went through Melania's drawers and closets. I mean, did they find the dildo?
It was a search warrant. Isn't that what they're supposed to do?
Did
I mean,
they
it's not
find
any-
the-
Steal her underwear?
Did they find the jackrabbit? I'm pretty sure they found the jackrabbit.
But did they take it?
I'm pretty sure that bitch has a jackrabbit.
Did they find the lube? I mean,
somebody tell me I'm wrong.
she is an older woman. She might need that by now.
I'm pretty sure they found the jackrabbit.
Maybe
So-
she uses KY warming.
Do they make KY in warming now?
Yes.
They made this one where there was 2 different
Yes.
gels
his-
and you
his
mix them
hers,
together
or
and there's some
yours
kind of
and mine, or
chemical
whatever they called
reaction.
it. Yeah.
One was cooling, one was warming.
Sarah, you're talking like you speak from experience.
They
Yeah.
have ads for it.
Are you shoving random things into your vajayjay?
No.
They don't have to be random.
Right?
My Siri just responded in the background. I don't have an answer for that.
She must not know her very well.
You do have to understand and remember that I do have a history of like 22 years with somebody, so random things, no. Why am I getting a phone call? No.
That doesn't mean shit. You can't claim 22 years with somebody. Doesn't mean you didn't try to shove things into your vajayjay. I'm sorry. No,
doesn't mean it had to be random, though.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it could be like legitimately other things.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be random. What do you think? She carries around extra cucumbers or something? Here's how to make a real salad.
Wow.
I feel like we're going to have a Mr. Buzzcut moment in a minute here.
You want me to drop the link for Minx? Später auffixt dust auf verdonst. I only
Verstehen Sie
part of that.
So we haven't even gotten to the lies part yet. The lies shit is even more.
We got derailed.
Yeah, you're Sarah, you're fucking it up. Jesus Christ!
I can leave.
No,
the button's right there.
Shut up, Jerry. Jesus Christ! My Siri's going off in the background. Quit tripping my goddamn Siri. What the hell's wrong with you?
I didn't do it.
No, I think it's you, but fine. Okay, look. So, when asked abstract questions, Trump can't answer in a complex way. So he's stuck in the black and white thinking mode. So what does that all mean? All right, so here's the Boeing word vomit. You ready? All right, so I'm going to drop this into the chat. He said this about Boeing planes. And I'm going to read this very slowly for everybody. All right, you ready? Here we go.
I feel my brain cells dying already.
They have hundreds of Boeing planes. We wouldn't give them parts. We were both acting maybe a little irrationally, but the big thing we had was tariffs ultimately.
What? Who is they? What planes? Does he know that a lot of people went to Airbus because of all of the Boeing F-ups the past few years?
I have no idea. None whatsoever. Then he says, tariffs are incredible because they really give us great national security.
Could it be that no, that wouldn't make sense either. He just doesn't make sense, does he?
So here's the problem. This is the list of 12 things that say he's in full-blown dementia. And I don't understand why people could feel like they can argue with this because it's true. Severe tangentiality. He can't maintain topic focus. He is in preservation speak. He gets stuck in repetitive loops. He confabulates constantly. He fabricates, but he actually believes the things that he confabulates.
Mm-hmm.
He has temporal confusions. He's disoriented at times. He has paranoid ideation. He has grandiose delusions. He has completely lost all abstract reasoning. So if you ask him complex questions, he can't answer them. He has a poverty of content in what he is saying, which means he's saying a lot. It doesn't mean anything. Syntactic breakdown. So he has no nuanced perspective, black and white thinking. It's either on or it's off. It's not in between. He has to have external scaffolding to be able to have conversations, and he cannot answer a direct question. The result, that's full-blown dementia. He's in dementia. You can't argue that point now. You really can't. There's just no way to argue that is he in dementia? I'm not sure. No, he definitely is. But here's the deal. The frequency, the severity, and the consistency of these patterns throughout the interview would likely be concerning and require him, his doctor would immediately request an MRI, which has happened.
Which he did, yeah.
Yeah, which they have. And they gave him a cognitive test.
And he probably failed it. And he's still, quote unquote, president.
Yeah, he's still president. And so now, let's get to the lies. Because the lies in the interview and why they're wrong are even more fabulously interesting. So this article publishes tomorrow. And by the way, I gave you a bunch of YouTube videos to go with it where he's saying all this shit, so you'll love it. All right. Here we go. So the first thing that he claimed was that we have almost none of the chip market. That's bullshit. The U.S. actually dominates chip design with Intel, AMD, Qualcomm, and NVIDIA. Even manufacturing has shifted abroad. Even though manufacturing has shifted abroad, the chip market is largely ruled by the U.S. The other thing that he said that was a complete and total lie is $17 trillion is being invested in the U.S. right now.
Is this more of that trickle-down stuff that stays up on the table and we fight the mice for crumbs? That's the only thing I can think.
Here's the thing. There's no way to verify that figure if even it were true.
Right.
Now, he then said 401ks are double what they were a year ago. That is demonstrably, that is demonstrably false. 401k values have not doubled in any recent one-year period under any circumstance. Now, the next lie that he told is 0 people are coming into our country through the southern border. That's never happened. It's not happening now, and it won't ever happen in the future. There's literally no way he can claim that there are 0 people crossing the southern border. It's just not. No, that's a lie.
I have to admit, I'm shocked they still want to come.
Right. I mean, I want to come too, but, you know, I'd prefer to. See, this is why I need you guys here. It's just not fun when I do this by myself and nobody laughs at my joke. So stop dodging me, Lisa.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I showed up. I was just a little late. You guys left me in the grave room.
That wasn't my fault. The one in the middle was supposed to warn me.
I didn't know. I can't see.
That one's supposed to warn me.
Nobody told me.
I was like sitting there,
and I can't see what's going on backstage.
You guys weren't.
Wow. Anybody with even the tiniest cursory knowledge of how streaming services work could look at that statement, Sarah, and say, wow, what a load of bullshit. So the next thing that Trump lied about, Russia and China are testing nuclear weapons.
Well, Russia has been. I know that.
No, they haven't been. Russia hasn't done a nuclear test. Russia has done a nuclear test in over 25 years. They have tested launching systems. That's not detonating a nuclear device.
Right. I was shocked to read it. I thought that meant he was like that. because it said, I said another thing. It was like testing nukes. I'm like, oh my goodness, there's been a treaty forever about that.
No. Yeah, that's part of the proliferation treaties that exist, is that you do not do nuclear testing. So Russia hasn't, and then China hasn't done it since '96.
Okay, cool.
So here's the thing: we're going to do nuclear testing. Can you do the nuclear testing off of the Florida coast so that the giant Gojira lizard will come up out of the water and attack Mar-a-Lago every time the lizard or whatever? Right. So it could just attack Florida, because I don't give a shit about Florida. So then the 8 wars lie. So he said, I knocked out 8 wars. I solved 8 wars. Okay. The conflicts that he lists, Cambodia and Thailand, Kosovo, Serbia, etc., are long-standing frozen conflicts that were not active wars that apparently he resolved.
Oh,
that doesn't count.
And nobody gave him a Nobel. Poor guy.
Yeah. Now, his domestic lie list, and this is the shit that's funny. He claimed in the 60 Minutes interview that inflation is at 2%. And that it's perfect inflation. While claiming zero inflation elsewhere, this contradicts his other statements about prices still being a problem. But it's also not true. Inflation is not 2%. Inflation is way worse than that. He then said Biden gave exemptions on almost everything for tariffs, which is a complete lie. Biden actually maintained most Trump-era China tariffs, contrary to the claim that Trump said otherwise. And then Trump then said, we lost 58% of the automobile manufacturing business. And I know Sarah may have a comment about this, but the U.S. auto industry has faced challenges, but a specific percentage is unsupported and misleading that we've lost 58% of the auto market. I feel like that's bullshit.
I don't think the percentage is that high, but in what time frame? Like, are we just talking about this year?
Yeah, like this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a little high for 1 year.
No, I'm sorry.
So, I mean, there was a lot of stuff that was going to be switched over to foreign plants that were owned by like the big 3, but once the tariffs were announced, they reversed it.
I know the F-150 plant's been closed in Kansas City, and they're doing rolling layoffs there.
Yeah, but that's because of the fire at the aluminum plant.
Right. They're behind on parts they need.
Because they halted the electric F-150 here, and they have idled the plant, I think, almost completely.
Yeah.
They've idled the plant? What does that even mean?
That means they're not producing anything.
Okay.
Because they can't, because they don't have body panels.
Yeah, this is stuff I have no knowledge of. So,
well, there's a Kansas City F-150 plant, so it was local news.
Okay.
We get those too.
Okay. Well, this is why I ask. I mean, these are things that I don't have a litmus for that. He then said rare earth independence will happen within a year and a half.
Okay.
Building rare earth processing capability takes many years. It's impossible to do it in 18 months. It's just not possible. Rare earth independence complete, we're talking like 7 years to achieve that.
What if they have absolutely no regulations to work behind?
It still won't
still
happen.
not possible. Okay,
no, it's still not possible.
As far as they're concerned,
Well, funny you say that.
We'll just go ahead and melt that all down right here on an open pit.
It's funny you say that because Just no.
Just no.
Right. Just no.
No.
So then he made false claims about investigation and legal shit. So he said 60 Minutes was forced to pay me a lot of money.
Mhm.
There's no public record that 60 Minutes ever paid Trump any money. And the FBI raid on his house involved 78 or 98 FBI agents who were all heavily armed.
Sure.
The actual number was about a third of that, and only two or three of them carried firearms. Now, this is where it gets sort of beautiful. So he claims that 11,888 murderers were let into our country during Biden's presidency.
It's a very specific number.
Very specific.
11,888, not 11,887 or 11,886. The ICE data about non-detained immigrants with past criminal records is not even close to that. And then he claimed countries are emptying their prisons and mental institutions into the U.S. That's never been proven.
That's
been something he said forever, though.
Yeah, but like
it's one of his obsessions.
Yeah, but it's never fucking happened.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's bullshit.
Is that his origin story?
Right. So then he claims that 25 million people were let into our country.
I've heard that before.
He
loves to make that number very large.
The total border encounters during the Biden administration are an eighth of that. 1 to 2 million, sure, that's pretty believable. Maybe 6 million, not 25. Now, the final bit about his interview on 60 Minutes is the self-aggrandizing claims that the last 9 months have been the greatest 9 months in the history of the presidency ever. So I published this statistic on Substack today, and it's this. The Rasmussen poll. So Rasmussen is infamously known for only polling Republicans. Only polling Republicans. And his net negative approval rating on Rasmussen today ended at negative 16. He has the lowest approval rating amongst Republicans that any Republican has ever had. Any Republican has ever had. So that's even a bigger hunk of bullshit. And then he claimed that the stock market has been hitting all-time high 48 times during the course of my 9-month period.
So that would have meant it every time it got higher, because
yes, it got higher.
Previous all-time high.
Previous all-time high to another previous all-time high. While markets may have hit records, that specific claim would need verification and context, which would not be true.
Right.
Which is a complete lie. So basically, the whole 60 Minutes interview thing is a total fucking lie.
And they didn't challenge him at all, huh?
Nope. She didn't challenge him. She didn't ask any hard fucking questions. She didn't.
He would have imploded if she had.
I mean,
yeah, pretty much. He would have said she had blood coming from her, whatever. You know?
I just don't know.
That's what he did last time he got pushed too hard by a woman, in an interview.
To answer your question, Rouser, he didn't buy off CBS with anything. So, CBS is all part of that fucking, Paramount Plus bullshit, which is Larry's kid, Dave Ellison.
Just bought it.
Who bought it. And yeah, so all that bullshit is happening because Dave Ellison wants to suck Donald Trump's dick and make him happy, which,
I'm
pardon
shocked
my
they
friend.
renewed Jon Stewart's contract through 26. That was surprising to me.
Well, that's the thing. So when you're talking about the Bill of Rights, when you're talking about freedom of speech and freedom of the press, you can't really fuck that up. Because if you fuck that up, or you try to go against that, you're going to get fucked in the ass, and it's not going to be pretty. It's like the whole thing with Hegseth and signing the loyalty agreement to be in the Pentagon debriefings or whatever. Somebody's going to scream freedom of the press. And freedom of the press is pretty fucking absolute. You can't fuck around with that. You really can't. If you fuck around with the press, you're gonna have problems. And they're not gonna be pretty. They're just not. I guarantee you that.
No, they could have let him go at the end of this year. They didn't have to renew his contract.
No, they didn't. But the fact of the matter is this. It's the minute you block somebody out is the minute that you're going to have problems. Is the minute you're going to have problems. Now, can we talk about Couchfucker? Because I want to talk about Couchfucker.
Oh, please.
So Couchfucker is trying to get Erica Kirk. How is Usha Vance watching JD Vance hug and molest the shit out of Erica Kirk and not think, what the fuck did I do?
The look on her face and that meme that's circulating, that's the look of a woman who's contemplating murder.
She can't make him sleep on the couch. You just fuck it. Somebody explain, can either of you explain, what's her game? She can't be in it for the fame because Miller and Rubio and all those fuckers are living on military bases because people want to hurt them. She can't want that.
I'm sure she's questioning her life choices at this point.
I wouldn't be surprised if she is now. Yeah.
She has to be sort of considering this fact, right?
Mm-hmm. She's probably also sitting there going, wait a second, I pretty much gave up my career for this. She's hasn't she mostly been the stay-at-home wife for a while now?
I think so.
I guess she could take him for all he's worth and hope for the best, but
I think so.
I'm pretty sure she pretty much started getting behind him and pushing him forward instead of.
Yeah,
In fact, in a weird way, she's directed most of his stuff because she's, if I remember correct from Hillbilly Elegy, she is actually the one who got him so he was getting clerkships and things. She was a big person for teaching him how to live in the world he wasn't used to, from what I remember from the book.
Yeah.
So she's puppeteering him?
I feel like she has to be. By the way, anybody that's watching the YouTube stream, can you like the YouTube stream because I want it to get into rankings. By the way, I want to say YouTube chat versus Substack chat is a way less complicated deal. So this will be my next thing. Is I'm gonna get Lisa to
do what? Oh,
yeah, focus all of your shit on YouTube so you can get more view. But yeah, so like, what's the end? So it can't be because of the fame, because there isn't any. It can't be because of the money. I mean, money's not going to protect her from. So why the fuck is she here?
It's something nefarious.
I mean, yeah, it has to be something like fucked up or something else. I mean, it has to be like, it has to be something huge. It can't be, you know, it can't be, you know, some other, there has to be some other reason. Because to put up with that much abuse, I mean, you better have something tangible in your hand. I mean, unless she's just worried about her kids, but I'd be protecting my kids from that shit. I wouldn't be fucking. And for that matter, how was Charlie Kirk not rolling over in his grave?
The meme is kind of cruel.
Well, here's the thing, though. Kirk kind of deserved that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Charlie Kirk dug his own grave for that shit. You know, Charlie Kirk is, you know, he dug his own grave for that. There's no way for him to get around it. It's just not possible.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, Cynthia, I agree with you. It's connections, maybe. I don't know, something. It could be anything, but it's not something that's completely obvious to everybody. It's just not obvious to everyone by a long shot. Mick O'Brien, Erica reminds me of a Manchurian Dominionist candidate. I know they remade the movie, but people have seen the movie The Manchurian Candidate, right? What? That's like a classic movie, Sarah.
It is.
I demand you know
You're
what?
giving me more homework.
If you don't, I'll read portions of tonight's story.
I can leave.
I can lock you into the live so you can't leave.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
You can't keep me from shutting off my computer or closing my browser.
Did you read tonight's story yet, Lisa?
No.
You know who is involved in tonight's story?
I think you mentioned something before we.
Yeah, it's Sarah, Renee, and Aaron.
Ooh. Wow.
Yeah, the tension that I wrote into that story is, it's delicious.
Ooh. Tasty.
Oh, it's delicious.
Here, I was thinking I was going to get my nose broke.
The real life Renee, she wouldn't do that. Here, okay, I'm going to tell you a story about Renee because Renee's an old friend of mine. I love her to death. So, and we're like 10 minutes away from the hour. So, yeah. Here's the deal. So my friend Renee and I grew up, and we were like gym rats and martial arts buddies and shit when I was in college. And so it was, for the people who don't know, if you've read the Queer Space stories, you know about Renee and Bubba and Rami. And so here's the deal. So back in my 20s, Renee and Bubba and myself and Karen and Michael and my friend Chris, we were all a bunch of fuck ups. And so Renee was she was the muscle bound bodybuilder type girl who she literally could get any woman, even a married woman, to leave her husband just to get into bed with her. So that was what Renee was like. And so every couple of weeks or whatever, she'd be doting on some new girl, and it was, oh, I got her to leave her husband to get in bed with me. And she's been in my bed for like 3 or 4 nights, and we would all joke with her and just tell her, like, yeah, well, she's going to leave in like 2 days when the curiosity game's over, and you're going to get fucked out of having a relationship. And so,
well, a really good piece of advice is anyone who will leave someone for you will probably be willing to leave you for someone else. You know, it's not 100%, but yeah, that's not where you should go shopping.
I mean, the semantics of relationship. And so there was a handful of times where Renee and Rami and I all got into a competition over a girl. And Renee enjoyed way too much competing with straight heterosexual men to get a girl to get into bed with her. And so I was not afraid to mix it up with her because Renee would, she'd hit me. I wouldn't think about it. I'd hit back. I mean, she was as big as I was. And to be fair, Renee's stature, she was 6'4". She weighed about 237, 240. And she did not hit like a girl. I know because I've been hit in the face by her a bunch of times. And so one night after, fighting weekend or whatever, competition weekend, we were out on the porch of some bar here in Atlanta, and actually the American Pie, which for people that live in Atlanta will know, the American Pie was this huge deck bar over in Sandy Springs on Roswell Road. And so we're out on the deck one night, drinking a bunch of beer, eating wings, having a good fucking time. This really hot blonde walked in, and Rami poured on his Cajun accent and tried to get her. And then I poured on my charm to try to get her. And then Renee poured on her charm to get her. Well, she came over and sat at our table. And then the 3 of us were going around the table trying to get this girl. And finally, Renee just stood up and said, you know what? Fuck it. And she left.
Oh, wow.
She just walked the fuck out and left. And so then it was between Rami and I. And so Rami was the one that ended up dating her. I just didn't have the charm or whatever. And so, Rami went out with her a couple of times. They didn't roll in the hay or anything. They didn't have a good time. But they went out a couple of times. And then he called me up and he was like, mon ami, she called me. I asked her why was this or that. And she said, I am just not interested. And so that was it. And I was like, well, shit. I mean, you went out with her twice. I thought you had that in the bag. And he said, oh, I don't know. So the following weekend, we had a competition round on Saturday. And so after all that was done, Sunday rolled around, 12 o'clock. We all went to the deck bar, and we were drinking and eating wings and having a good fucking time and shit. And Renee walks up with that girl on her arm. And what happened was, when she threw her arms up and she said, "Fuck it, I'm getting the fuck out. I'm leaving this shit." I forget the girl's name. Ellie, I think. I don't know. But anyway, she'd already slipped her number. God damn it. Well, why the fuck was I trying so hard? Jesus Christ. And so, like, I looked at her. I'm pretty sure her name was Ellie, but I remember looking at her, Ellie. I mean, did I even have a chance? Oh, no. I was all for Renee. I went out with Rami like twice, just as a pity date or whatever. Poor Rami, he felt so. Poor Rami, he felt so. He was so sad. He was so unhappy. He was so unhappy. But yeah, that's so. Yeah, in a real life situation, Sarah, where you and Renee were to pick on the same woman, it would not turn into a physical altercation, because all Renee would do is hand the girl her number and say, "Whenever you're ready to call me, call me. If you never call me, that's okay." And then she just walked the fuck away. Versus, by the way, what actually happens in the story if you read tonight's story. But I may have.
Now I know a hook for later. Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't expect that one? I've been baking for lesbian lessons, you know.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, Lisa. You know, I've written romance stories for everybody in the bar.
Mm.
I'm just not going to tell you who I paired your character up with.
They'd better like horses. I don't know if I want to move one day.
No, why would you? Why would
Exactly.
you? That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, you know, so I have to tell you, I enjoy way too much writing those stories. I really do enjoy writing those stories a whole bunch.
You get to remember friends that you don't have now and put them with new friends and create a world where all of us know each other.
Yeah,
That's the feeling.
Well, in Bubba's case, I lost him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he passed away, and that was really hard. Losing Bubba was really difficult for me because just like with Karen, I didn't deal with that.
Right.
I didn't deal with that loss. In Karen's case, I put a lot of that on my own shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
In Bubba's case, it was, I just was not emotionally available, and he was having problems.
Mm.
And so when his heart problems started, I just didn't, and then I lost him. So versus Rami, who is a chemical engineer, he lives in Slidell now. He lives in Louisiana now.
Oh, okay.
And it's been 7 or 8 years. Renee, I want to say I saw Renee like 4 or 5 years ago. And her sister, Soraya. And then like a handful of those other people. It's been 4 or 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
You just.
It gets you know, my son promised to bring me a big thing because the horses have been moving smaller water things away from the fence, so I can't get water to them. And he told me he was going to bring one of those big things that they ship stuff in for corporations, and that was June. And he messaged me about it 2 or 3 times, but I haven't heard from him since August. And I've messaged him a few times. I haven't heard from him since August. And he just keeps meaning to, I'm sure. And he'll get around to it, but he hasn't been responding to anything lately. You know,
Well, as they so oftentimes do, but
I don't text him asking what he's doing. I text him like memes and signal publications and everything. I'm not signal, Substack publications and stuff.
right.
So I've been reaching out. I haven't been saying, call me back or else. No, I'm not the mom, not that kind of mama.
Right. Well, I mean, you do like you can, right?
Yeah.
You like
And
you can.
since he was officially my stepson, I'd always told him his relationship with me is entirely voluntary, so I don't push too hard on it.
Well, no, why would you? I mean, honestly.
There are some smothering mothers out there. There are, you know.
Yeah. I would say that is. I would say that is decidedly true. I would say that's decidedly true.
I actually asked my youngest to try to leave me alone more often. Like, didn't I see you yesterday? Go away.
I mean, that's like a thing though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a thing though, right?
Yep. Parenting is parenting.
I mean, it's going to be this. It's the same for everybody.
Mm-hmm. There are times with our kids that get really hard some days, but
I mean,
the only thing we do is stay available.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. All right. Well, Sarah, do you have anything to end the night?
Nothing constructive.
Okay. You're going in 45 minutes, Lisa?
Yep.
Yeah.
Lisa, I'm gonna be late. I have a show to do in 15.
That's fine. One of the reasons it was an hour and a half and is now up to 2 hours is because I expect people to come in and out because of the time differences and how late it is at night and everything. So I don't, late is fine.
I don't have anything to read tonight, though.
Yeah.
Oh, I always come in, but then I'm.
No,
I drop you my hello. I drop you my hello or whatever, and then I go
say hi back.
Playing shit with her and.
Oh, okay. I was like, anyone else gonna read tonight? And you never spoke up, so I'm like, well, maybe she left already.
No. I'm always here. I just am not always
here. Okay. Because I do say hi back and everything.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know. All right. Well, I'll let you both go. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Night, everybody. Thanks for dropping by. Just trying to be informal here.